Hello, traders. My name is Anna and I am head coach at Leveraged. I hope you're all doing good. Today is the first day of our risk management series, and this is why risk management is your edge. So, we're going to look through different things. I'm going to take you on the charts. We'll try and figure out why risk management is important, why it is a trader's edge, and how we can improve. What is it that we need to focus on? And hopefully I can guide you through, and then you can figure out what is it that you need to do to make sure that the risk management becomes your edge. Okay, so I want to first start and say that anything I'm doing in this while I'm doing the presentation, you can just ask your questions at any time. Let's make it interactive. If you have anything at all to ask or to say, I'll be looking at the comments, so just feel free to say anything at any time. Okay, so risk management, right? I want to start with something a little bit negative, maybe a lot negative, but let's first look why traders fail in the first place, right? So you can see here quite a lot of no's, and traders are one of the people, from my experience at least, who don't like to see the word no. But the reason why we fail as traders is because we don't have emotional control. Now let's talk about emotional control. Emotional control is so important for us as traders, because if you are over stressed, or you feel anxiety, or you're in a really bad mood, or opposite, you are absolutely ecstatic, you cannot control your joy, excitement, and all that, that is also the reason why we fail. And for me, as from my experience, funny enough, right? I actually fail the most as a trader when it's not like negative emotion. It's actually positive in emotion. And I have seen many times that when I am on my winning streak, then suddenly I lose emotional control because I am getting overconfident, and there's many things. So I'll take you on the charts and I'll show you more of these things while we fail, and I'm going to try and show you the reasons why we fail as a trader. So the first one would be like no emotional control. But see, the thing is how I started here, no emotional control all the way to no trading psychology. It's different for each of us. So this is not like in the list, right? So, but I think something in here will be like, oh, this is me, maybe I don't have a data and the trading strategy. So next thing is no clear trading plan. I have spoken with so many traders that are really, really good at reading price action, but they don't have any clear trading plan, and that's the reason why they are failing. Another thing is no data or trading strategy. So traders can trade, they have the strategy, but there's no clear data on it. You don't have the back tested data or the forward tested data. There's just not enough information on your strategy. Another thing is no trading processes. This is a big thing. And so some traders honestly like laugh about it when I say this. And I ask them, do you have your trading processes? They're like, what do you mean? Like my morning routine? Do you think I'm like meditating before I take setups? I'm like, well, yeah, actually, trading process is like what you do before trading, during the trading, and after trading. And those processes are really, really important. And I am a trader who likes organization, who likes to have data really, really collected nicely in one way. And that's why my trading processes truly matter to me. And if you don't have them, you might be failing as a trader. And then really, really big thing here is that there is no trading psychology. So many traders come into the trading, they have really good data, they have the strategy, they have like all the things, right? But then because there's no trading psychology, and what comes in the trading psychology? Trading psychology is such a huge topic to talk about. And I will be doing also like trading psychology series. We'll do like every day a topic on that. And we can talk about different things, different aspects of the trading psychology as the traders. So, but it is really, really important to have yourself in the check. And if you don't, then that could be one of the reasons why traders fail. But the next one, the biggest one, at least from my experience, from what I've seen in my trading, and also in speaking with other traders, coaching other traders now, I've seen that there's no risk management plan. Now, risk management is not just, I'm going to be risking 1%. That's not a risk management plan. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you think that way, okay, right. But um I do want to say that if you just say that to me that your risk management plan is to risk 1% or 0.5%, that's not a plan. And in there, with that kind of risk management plan, you're not going to have, your edge is not going to be risk management. Like it just cannot be. Risk management is much, much, much more than that. So I want to take you on the chart and let's try and figure out and look how we can find that edge. Let's make our edge risk management. And I have said the things that if you have a really good strategy, but really bad risk management or no risk management, you will make your strategy really bad. Like the bad risk management can ruin the strategy. And actually, it's also opposite, where the good risk management can make the bad strategy a bit better or maybe even profitable. So having the risk management plan is essential, and your edge can be in the risk management. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you the C Trader, and I'll share in the chart how we can apply the risk management. Okay, so this is the C Trader platform. This is the account that I'm always sharing with you guys. So on these live streams, I had a really good trade. So I am, my balance is now like 2.3% up. So I'm going to use this account and I'm going to be opening some trades. So please do not copy the trades. Always consider your own risk. And I'm going to be just opening a couple of trades and we'll try and figure out how we can find the risk management edge. So first of all, like I said, risking 1% or having certain amounts in percentage, what you say, I'm going to do, let's say 1%, 0.5%, 2%. I'm going to risk the whole daily drawdown, for example, 5%. So that's a little bit crazy, right? I'm exaggerating here, but I think it's really, really important to understand before what we're doing in here is that what is it that you can stomach? I like to say, can you stomach 1% risk, right? And we are talking pure emotionally, right? Emotionally now. Can you stomach putting the 1% risk on this account? So if my balance is like 102K, then 1% risk would be like $1,230. Can I stomach that? Can like ask yourself a question. Can you accept that kind of risk? So trying to find what really like suits you, what is it that you are comfortable with? And in the C Trader, it's really, really easy to set our lot size, to set our stop. So for pure example, I'm going to short the EU now. So I'm going to sell it, right? And I want my stop loss just to be above the structure in here. Again, guys, there's no analysis on this, okay? So 51 pips. So let's say we're risking about 50 pips. And we want to risk 1%, right? So my 1% is going to be, let's put to a lot. So 1,000, let's risk 1,000, okay? Which is around 1%. So it's like 0.97 in here. So let's risk that. I'm currently selling this, okay? Now, once, obviously you cannot read my mind now, but I'm going to try and walk you through and like say, what is it going on in my head when I'm like putting this risk on? So I have chosen to trade with 1% risk, right? This is my management plan, right? So what happens next? I know that I'm risking 1%, right? What is it now happening? How do I feel when I see prices going against me, which currently is happening? So I'm in a little drawdown. How does that make me feel, right? First, we talk emotions here. So how's that making me feel? I mean, I'm okay. I know that it's only 1% and I am already up a little bit, right? I'm in a profit in this account. So that actually is okay. Emotionally, I can accept this risk. I'm okay with that. And that's a good sign. So wherever you open your trade and emotionally you feel like, this is great. This is good. It's going negative. It's fine. I accept it, right? Now, another thing is obviously now that this is negative. Remember what I said in the beginning. My emotions goes really starts to trigger when everything is positive. So if this trade goes in a profit, then I'm starting to feel like, oh, this is great. That's I feel like I'm winning. And suddenly those emotions starts to start up and I feel like I'm in control of the market. And then I don't know what you have experienced, but I have talked with so many traders, and especially when we say when we either are losing or when we are running a lot, that's where the control of the risk management actually falls apart, because what happens, there's so many there's so many emotions going on in you, and they can be positive or negative, right? But there's so many emotion that you cannot contain this. So I'll show you what's going to happen next. So for example, I am losing here, right? And I'm thinking that this is it. This is my setup I have entered. What I'm going to do, I'm going to double down on the risk. I'm going to open another trade. As you can see, I'm already in another trade, and that's what just my emotions does to me. I don't have the emotional control. So if you're seeing like a negative loss and the price is going against you, you just think, well, can I try and chase it? There's so many things happening, and I'm just like trying to demonstrate what is the traders are doing. Look at this now. Price again is pulling against me, right? So I'm gonna risk another time. So this moment, I am risking 3%, 3% on this, simply because I don't have emotional control, and also because there's no risk management. Anna doesn't have a risk management at the moment. All I'm doing is trading emotions. Now let's turn quite opposite, right? So where the risk management comes in, I see that currently I'm 0.2% down. I'm already in three positions. I need to think clear. What have I done, right? So let's try and fix this. I need to close some positions. I need to take the risk off the table. So what I'm starting to do is, once my head is bright and clear, I'm not going to be waiting until this is, going to turn maybe to break even and guess games. I just want to take action now. So I'm closing down. I close in a -1 position, and I want to close another one as well, because I exposed myself way too much, because my original risk was 1%, right? So I'm closing another position and I'm leaving one in. So now I'm back to 1%, original percent that I wanted to risk with, and I have fixed it, right? So here you can see how easy it is to get into that state of mind where I need to add more because the price is going against me. I need to risk more. I'm going to put more risk on this. I'm going to try and get into a better position. Or this example here where I need to take the risk off because I'm too overexposed. This is like rational thinking coming in, because you are over risking. This is not in your plan. So these emotions that you experience as a trader is completely normal. It's absolutely normal. But to find an edge in your risk management, you need to be on the other side where you're thinking rationally. And you know what's going to help you? It's going to help you when those no's turning into yeses, right? So let me share again the presentation. Right. So here we talked about no emotional control, no clear trading plan, no data on trading strategy, no trading processes, no trading psychology. Now, but when you turn things into yes to emotional control, yes to clear trading plan, yes to data on trading strategy, yes trading processes, yes to trading psychology, this is it. That's how you find your risk management edge in the market. Because see, in the trading, what I have learned through the years is just not one thing. Just because you have trading strategy, you're going to be a successful trader. It doesn't work that way. You need to have a full package, and then you learn how that one thing can help you make another thing work and another thing work. And it's like a chain. And that's what I realized once I started to work on my mindset and I learned about myself. How can I control the emotion? How can I do this, right? How can I know, like, when do I know what triggers me, and when can I still think clearly, right? So when I start to learn about myself, about me, who Anna is, who am I as a person, then my mindset improved, my trading psychology improved. And with the improved trading psychology, I was able to manage risk much better. I was able to collect true data because I would make less mistakes. So this is like a chain. This is going like a chain. And that's why it's so important for traders to turn these no into yeses. And the thing is, like, that's why I said this is not really in the order. We're unique. Each of us, we are all unique. There's no other Anna. There's no other Awesome who's watching now. So, hello, great to see you too. So, we're all different. We all going to find out different ways what's going to work for us. And that's what also I like to explore in our coaching sessions with traders when we sit down and I'm like, let's start to focus on you first. So, what is it that you think you're lacking in, and then we try and find a list. What is it that what the traders are lacking? And that's what I say. It is just so important to do these things one by one. Let's turn them into yeses. If you say that you have emotional control, if you say that you have a clear trading plan, but if you say that there's no risk management, then you need to turn that into the yes. And once you have those things sorted out, once you have your trading processes, once you have your trading data, once you have your strategy working, right, then your risk management will be so much easier to, first of all, build and also to control. Because this control in here, right? I opened 3 positions. I knew that I did wrong. I should have only been in one position. My emotions took over, and that's it. Like, rational Anna came in, right? It's also almost like, split personalities. That's what sometimes I like to say, that, trader Anna has 2 personalities. One is the rational one, and the other one is the emotional one who doesn't control any emotions. So, and what I did here is simply, I said, no, I have a risk management. I'm risking 1%, and I know exactly what is it that I need to do. I know where my exit is. I know where my profit is. I didn't set the profit, but let's say it's in here. And then I can start to think rationally. And so that's why it is just so, 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 so important to have that emotional control, and to make sure that with the emotional control, we can have also a very clear risk management plan. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, I already kind of touched on it, was the trading strategy, trading psychology. And you think this is the little man there on the rocket is like, yay, I'm going to make it. This is because I have trading strategy. I have trading psychology. I'm going to make it. And you know what? Like, when I think 5 years ago, honestly, all I was focused on, I would say I was obsessed with just perfecting that trading strategy. And that's what I also learned with talking to other traders, is that and that's absolutely understandable, right? So that they are focusing on strategy. They think trading strategy, great, I'm gonna do great. All I need is a trading strategy. But then remember what I said in the beginning: just because you have a great strategy but don't have a risk management, it can actually ruin it. Because with very poor risk management, your good trading strategy is not going to do well. So it is so, so, so important to have this risk management. So trading strategy is great. Trading psychology, knowing yourself, knowing your emotions, controlling your emotions, and knowing exactly what is it that you want to achieve, your goals, and all that together, right? The trading psychology, it's great. But with no risk management, you're going to struggle, right? And I know it sounds harsh, but it is the truth. And just because you have a risk management rule where there's, I'm just going to risk 1%, da 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 da, that's fine. I know exactly what I'm going to do and all this. Well, it doesn't work that way. And we are going to try and figure out this in these 5 days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We'll try and figure out together how we can build that bullet print of our risk management. But first of all, to do that, you really need to sit down with yourself. I would say this, well, this is personal, right? But I mean, I prefer pen and paper, sit down and journal and try to understand, like, what is it that you want to achieve? And you just, what is it that makes you control your emotions better? What is it that triggers you? Like I said, sometimes I get triggered when I'm actually in more of the profit. And then I feel like I'm in control of the market. I know exactly what market is going to do. And I get more scared or like I think more clearly when like I'm in the drawdown, right? So it just really depends. But I think it's just so important that you take your time, you sit down, and you don't think just, I need strategy, risk management. Try and understand yourself. Like really, really try and understand yourself, who you are as a trader, and what is it that triggers you, like when you lose more, when you win more, how well you can follow your plan. For example, if you have your strategy and it says enter after a candle closure, do you do that, or do you enter a little bit quicker before the candle has closed, or you enter after the candle closed because you want to see more what's happening? So I think it's just in trading altogether, and with all my years experience, I do start to understand that it is more about knowing yourself. And I mean, there will be traders who won't agree, especially the ones who have like bot trading, who are very much like rules based trading. There's no discretion. Those traders, and if you're one of them, that's absolutely fine. You will be like, well, I don't really need to know myself because my trading is so much rules based that this really doesn't help me. But I do see that traders are reading price action, right? And they are making decisions while they are trading. Yeah. And then that's why they need to know themselves. That's why they need to have that emotional control. And just because you have a trading strategy and trading psychology doesn't mean that you will be like this little, animation in here, like this little picture, you're riding on the rocket and you're reaching the highs. It is really important to know your risk management. Like, so for example, what am I going to do now? I'm in the trade, I'm losing. What can I do? Will I manage my trade? Will I not manage my trade? Will I leave it to the stop? Will I leave it to the take profit? Will I close it? When will I close it? There's so many questions and so many things like we need to focus on as a traders. And I think it's just also really, really important to understand that risk management is really something that's either gonna break you or make you as a trader. Now, I want to look at another example, and this is just for someone, let's say, who's scalping more, right? Because I believe, actually, I need to think about a little bit about this, but I think for the traders who trade like higher time frames, they're how it's I don't want to say always, but most of them are actually better with risk management. And I think the ones who are more scalping, then they start to like make more mistakes, and they're more like emotional mistakes and all that. So let me give you an example, right? So um this is 1 minute charts. I personally don't trade 1 minute. It gives me anxiety, right? But let's say what we're seeing, the price is going down. We can try and maybe find some kind of support in this area, right? So I'll be like, okay, let me buy this. So let's see, because I'm scalping. Let's see, this is the low. I'll be putting 8 pips. Okay, my stop is 8 pips. Let me put 8 pips. How much is that? 100. That's going to be a big lot size. That is going to be big, big lot size for sure. Okay, so I'm going to risk about 1%, okay? And I'm going to buy, okay? So this is what's happening at the moment, right? Now I'm scalping, everything's great, price is going against me. What am I doing now? I'm doing this. I'm moving my stop, okay? Price is going against me. I'm moving my stop. Have you ever done that? Have you ever experienced? And by the way, if you have, it's absolutely fine. I have done that. I've done that many times. And I think again, why did I do that? I just needed to know myself. Why am I doing this? Because I'm scared to be wrong. So let's just, let's try and figure this out. So I'm moving my stop even lower now because I think this is actually the low. And look at, I mean, I'm not sure if you can see it, but my risk currently is over 2%. And originally, I only wanted to risk 1%. And then what am I doing now? I'm going to even move it lower because I think it could come to this level and then go higher up. So I'm moving my risk even more. And now I'm at 3.2% risk, 3.2% risk because I'm getting scared. But why am I getting scared? So think about it. Why am I doing this? Do I have risk management as my edge right now? Definitely not. And even if I have a risk management, it's definitely not playing out, not at all. So what am I doing is I'm getting scared that I'm going to be wrong, right? And it's not the fact that I cannot accept my loss. It's just I don't want to be wrong in the market. That's why I'm like, I'm going to give a bigger breathing space. Does that sound familiar? Because I know sometimes it triggers traders when I give these examples and they're like, yep, that's me. I have done that. I have said it. And the thing is, this is normal. It's just not many want to talk about it, right? So now, because I'm trading prop account, right? Prop firm, this is junior portfolio manager account where we have 4% daily drawdown. Now I am going to put it all the way. I'm going to max it out, almost 4% risk in here because I feel like price might go lower, but then turn my way, right? Have you ever done that? If you have, it's okay. It's okay to make a mistake. We need to learn from it. So I've moved my stop many, many times now. I think 4 times I moved it, right? And the price is still not in the profit. Still not in the profit. I wish it would go in a profit and then I could show you what traders are doing. See my take profit in here. If the price goes into my profit right there, do you think I'm going to close it? No, I'm not. And this is me demonstrating what's going on in traders' minds when they are doing this, when they are starting to move those stops. And I know this all because I have done it. I'm not proud of it, but I've done it and I have experience in it. And I know exactly how it feels. And once price goes into my direction, because now I feel, oh, wait a second. I'm not only going to target this high, I'm going to target all the way up there. Because then, now we start to figure out why is it that I want to target right there? Because I want to be right in the market. I want to catch the highs. I want to make more money. Do I want to reach profit target? There's so many things, and we'll definitely talk about it like later on in this week when we go a little bit more into trading psychology. But like the way how we manage risk right now is bad, right? There's no edge in this risk management at all. I am just purely emotionally led, right? So, and then just another example of what can happen now. For example, we are already at like almost 4% risk in here, right? But what I decide, I want to go big. Like I really want to, because I feel this is the bottom right here, right? And keep in mind, we are on 1 minute. We are on the 1 minute charts. This is serious, right? So what I'm gonna do, I have quite a lot of margin left. So let me buy. Let me buy again. Let me risk like 0.5%. Let's see if the margin. Let's see. Pre-margin. Yeah, we should have enough. Right. I'm going to buy again. I'm placing an order. Can you see where the stop is? Right. So what's happening? I'm going to put the take profit in here because I think, this is what I want to do. Now the price is against me. What I'm starting to feel is a little bit more like uncertainty kicks in because the price is not turning. There's still kind of supports. I'm trying to convince myself now I have support in here. I have made the right decision. The price is going against me. Do you think, I'm starting to think maybe it's going to go and reach these lows. Okay. And please don't get triggered if you're thinking that way. It's absolutely normal. I'm just trying to give you a very realistic example of what's going on right now. Right. So, and I see the price is starting to respect that support. My emotions are starting to regulate a little bit, right? I'm getting excited. I might be right. I might have made the right choice. I'm constantly checking my balance. Now I feel this is it. This is going my way. And this is exactly what happens. When it starts to go my way, I lift up the take profit. Then what I do, because I need to reach 5% on my first phase, right? I'm now going to start to count how much more money I need to make to win this. So I need another 3,000. Okay. Once I make 3,000, I'm good. I'm going to be passing this. I'm going to be passing this. Once I make 3,000, that's all I need. Okay, please don't get triggered, guys. This is just pure example. Oh no, and now price is going against me, right? What is it that I'm going to do? I need to move the stop because I think this is it. Look at that. Like the price really tried to get there. We're going to be pushing. We're going to go higher. So I just need to move my stop, right? Now, what next thing is doing? Like there's no risk management. We're purely trading emotion in here. Purely trading emotion. Now I'm desperately trying to figure out when there is going to be enough. My daily risk, like daily drawdown, is going to be triggered, right? So now I'm risking in here 1,000, and in here it's almost 4,000. So what I need to do now, I need to put the risk a little bit higher up in here, because if this both hit stop loss, I will still be able to survive my daily drawdown. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I completely forgot about my another trade that I have in here. Shall we close this? No, it's only a small trade, right? It's only a small one. We're just going to leave it there. Okay. Now we just need to push higher. Now we just need to have a push higher. I'm waiting for a little bit. So if the price pushes lower, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get this sorted. I'm going to close this trade so I have more margin left and I can enter another trade. I think this is going to hold. Like this has to hold, right? We're going to enter another trade. We are going to enter another trade. No stops needed this time. I'm just entering the trade. I am almost at max margin, right? I'm almost max margin and price is going against me. What is happening? I am now 1% down. What is it that I'm going to do? There's no risk management in place in here. Now, this is a really, really bad situation. Do I have a risk management edge in this? No, I don't. And I'm just purely trading my emotion. And this is reality for many traders. But how can I make things better now, right? What is it that I can do? Can I really get out of this? Shall I accept that I have lost 1,000, 1%? Can I accept it? Or will I look at the charts, stare at them until the price is changing, going my way or taking me completely out, and then I need to end up with almost daily drawdown hit? And the thing is, like, I have done this guidance with other traders where I'm literally doing the same thing what I'm doing now and seeing how traders' faces. I wish I could see some of your guys, honestly, how they get triggered as well, because I can literally see them. I did that. I've done this. I've done this before. I have done it. Right? So now the price is going up. I have almost opportunity to get out of like just $500 loss. So much better than 4%, right? But do you think I'll do it? No, because now what I'm going to do, I'm going to see how much money do I need to make like to pass this. Oh, I can lower my profit, right? So once the price reaches this, which is only what, 16 pips, like that's fine, right? Only that much I need, and then I'll be able to pass. Now, and again, this is not to shame you or not to, judge you or anything like that. I think this is absolutely normal, what happens in trading. And the thing is, why traders cannot control themselves, why they struggle to even understand, is because they don't do the processes. They don't turn those no's into yeses. They don't have a trading strategy. They don't have a processes. They don't have the data. They don't learn about themselves. They don't want to try and figure out what's going on with them, right? Look at that 1% loss again. I could have closed that. I didn't. And now I'll show you another thing. Once it reaches break even, I'll close. I promise I will close. Have you done that? Once it's at break even, I'll close. This is it. I just need a break even and I will close. And you're like almost like praying, almost like talking to the market as if like market can hear you. I just need break even. Once you give me break even, I will get out of these terrible positions, because you're at this point. I know they're terrible. They're not good positions. They're just not, because most likely we'll go to this low in here, right? And if it's, maybe this is it, this has failed. Because on 1 minute, if this was your previous low, it's been broken. I just need a little push. I just need a little push, and then everything's going to be fine, right? These little scenarios that I'm taking you through, I really want something triggered in you. I hope that you listen to me, how I talk, and you can realize that this is you. And if it is you, you need to have a risk management plan in place that you can actually execute on. And to be able to execute on your risk management plan, you need to have your processes set. You need to know yourself. You need to know exactly what to do in these situations, so something like this doesn't happen. So you don't need to beg the market to go up or down. So you don't need to be sweating and like stressing that the price is now like this low or this high, or I'm in such a big drawdown and what to do, like panic mode. Shouldn't be that way, right? But we are doing this to ourselves. We are doing this to ourselves so many times. So I promise, guys, once this breaks even, I'm going to close. Is that familiar? If it is, it's okay. We've all been there. And we just need to make sure that we can try and figure out how you can manage your risk. Now, another scenario in here is, let's say 2%, because you're like, I can't lose any more. I'm losing all my profit that I have made now, right? I was 2,000 up and now I'm like only 700. So I'm going to close once my balance hit the break even. So 100K, I'm going to close. Do you think I'll close it? No, I won't. I won't, because now I'm so deep into this that I can't let go. Again, very common situation. I can't let go of this. I need to be right? And then at some point, it's going to turn into like, I don't care even about the money. I just want to be right, because like I see what the market is doing. I see that we're going to go there. I see that we're going to reach this profit target, right? And then desperation will kick in probably around, maybe if we drop 5 pips or so, desperation will kick in and I'll be, no, I just need to close. And again, I'll start to have a conversation with myself. I'll try and like figure out what is it that I need to do. Shall I close? I'm like only now 473 up. What should I do? Should I close it now and accept? It's dropping even more. I'm so close to being at break even. What do I do? And I don't have any more to put on the table because I'm at the max margin anyway. So I don't have much more. I mean, I could probably, let's try one more lot. We're buying. Okay. Don't even need stop at this point. Right? We're buying. It's going up. Let's go. It's pushing. Again, I'll promise something. Once it's going to reach the break even, I'm going to close. I'm going to close this once it reaches break even. Right? So anyhow, I don't want to damage too much of this account. But I do want to say is that if you trade like this, right? Or you trade the way I already showed you, like on a U, right? Where you take a setup, but then you decide, oh no, I'm just going to take another one because, whatever reason, but you completely put out of the window the risk management and you're just don't care, right? Or if you're having these emotions while you're trading and then you're promising something, you're saying something, but then market does something and you're like, I could close now 600 in a minus, right? I'm again 1.5% up, right? So what shall I do? So these situations is something it's good to go through. I honestly think with the failure, with our failing, with our mistakes, we go through and we just I think a good example would be like to say how we pack our baggage, right? So we have a suitcase. Okay, guys, I'm going to close it, okay? I will close it because I want this account to be okay. So anyhow, I closed it down. So see all these experiences that we gain in the market, right? We gain them and we pack them in our suitcase. And then once the suitcase is overpacked, right? And you cannot put any more, then you just need to take the bad ones out, like take the bad stuff out. right? And put the good stuff in, right? And I think it's just if I triggered something in you while I was walking through these examples, I wish market was a bit more aggressive. Then I think the examples would be much better. But if I triggered something and you definitely feel like that's me, that is how I talk to the market, that's how I react to the market when I trade, then that means you need to have more emotional control, or you have a risk management plan that you don't follow. If your risk management plan is sitting somewhere on the shelf or somewhere in your, I don't know, maybe somewhere in the Notion that's never been looked at, it's crazy. One thing I do want to suggest is in your morning processes, I go through my trading plan every morning before I go on the chart. So I open my charts, right? I do my analysis, but when I start to trade, I have in my Notion sitting the whole risk management plan, and it's like made super short just so I can read it literally in like less than a minute, right? And it's sitting there, and this is like a reminder. This is exactly what I need to do. I enter at either 4 hour zone, 15-minute zone. I wait for 15-minute candle closure, either bullish or bearish. When I'm selling, it's bearish. When I'm buying, it's bullish. I know how I manage my risk. I wait until I hit the stop loss or take profit. Unless there's high impact news, then I'm going to close my trades before them. And I do sometimes leave the trade over the Asia session. This is discretionary. If it's at 4 hour level and the price is in the profit, I'll leave it over the night. If it's not, I'm going to close it. And sometimes I'll close trades because of my mind. I don't want to go nuts when I'm sleeping or think about that I have an open trade and it's going to disturb my sleep. So see how it is? Once you know exactly your risk management plan, it becomes your edge. It literally becomes your edge. In situations like this, what happens now when you are really like making the worst decisions ever, you're adding to your risk, you're adding to your positions, you're moving your stop, or you're over leveraging, or then you're holding on just to pass the phase one or phase two, or just to get the payout. Those are the worst things that you can do as a trader. Worst things. So make a risk management plan, which we actually going to build in the sessions this week. Because I think I like to think about it as not only like these sessions, it's like a whole risk management, right? Like the whole risk management marathon that we're running together. And I think I'm really hoping that by the end, we'll be able to go through all the things. And after watching all the 5, you'll be like, hey, Anna, now I'm a professional risk manager and I know exactly that risk management is my edge in the market, or it adds to my trading strategy, or it helps me to be a winning trader, right? Or it helps me to control my emotions, because essentially that's what risk management can do. So yeah, and another thing, let me just demonstrate this, right? So the price now is going my direction. I closed that and I was like, I was just gonna close it. So and then what happens? You're like, I feel like I'm missing out. I need to add another position. And then what happens? It just starts again. If the price starts to go against me, I'm just adding more positions. Oh, I'm actually adding them. So I'm opening more positions, right? Because I'm starting to miss out. And again, we all have been there. I have been there. And I think as traders, I do really want to think about it, like, or really anything in life. Like we go through the same journey, all of us. I really want to close this. I don't want to miss this account too much. We go through the same things, and most likely we experience the same emotions, the same situations. And and that's also what unites us as a traders. And in a way, I can understand you. And that's what I'm saying. Don't ever feel, negative about it. But like take all your lessons, pack them in your suitcase, keep them there, right? And then when it's time, just take them out. And that's it. And that's actually how easy it is. You just if you learn from them, your mistakes, right? But I do want to say that as traders, we need to try and find the risk management as our edge in the market. So the strategy is not only your edge, or the trading psychologies. That's also not on your edge. Like you also need to think. And I feel like this is like me telling you, like trying to say the edge in the market is not only because of one thing. It's going to be from many things, but risk management is super, super, super important, really important, because if you make a bad decision in the market and you cannot control your emotions and you threw out your risk management out the window, you will end up in a big mess. Dark Trader says, if you truly respected your risk management, I will never lose or blow your trading account. It is true, but I do want to say some traders, let's say myself, on the trading, let's say trading with a prop firm, you go in and you're like, well, my data says that I can risk 1%. And then market conditions are changing. And this is actually what I'm going to talk about later on. I think it's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday, where the the market volatility is changing in the market, and suddenly your strategy is not working anymore. And instead of like going 6 losses in a row, now you can go 12 losses in a row. And if you risk 1%, right, that's 12%. And if you're trading with the prop firm, you will reach your max daily drawdown. Does that make you a bad trader? No, not at all. It's just your strategy is going through some crazy times, right? But then that's how you can adjust your risk and you can learn and like figure out what is the ways that you can save your account from blowing. But dark trader, I really, I mean, I do agree with that. That's with, if you respect your risk management, then you will never be able to blow the account, right? So maybe yes, you will go through like a drawdown losing streak, right? But if you manage it really, really well, then you should be able to stay in the game for a long time. So anyhow, I really hope this session has helped you guys. Please watch another one that's happening tomorrow. It is happening on 2 p.m. UK time or 1 p.m. GMT. And it's going to be from every day. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I hope that together we can walk through different scenarios, and I'll do my best to guide you through. But what I really want you to take away from this session is that risk management is your edge in the trading, but it's not only the risk management, it's all together. So trading as traders, we can't just have, we can't just have 100% in one thing. Remember that list? We need to have all of them. We really do. So I really appreciate your time. If you have any questions, by the way, I completely forgot. I was ready to leave. If you have any questions at all, or let's say if you don't want to share, it's okay, guys. You can actually email me personally to Anna at get losing my English here, Anna at getleverage.com. And if you want to talk about what you have experienced, I will really try and guide you through it. Or please join the Discord community, because again, community is such a good thing to be in, especially if you have supportive traders in there. So, and I'm right there. I'm definitely supporting. I'm rooting for every single one of you guys. So, and I just really want the best for you. I really want to see the traders try and do better. And and together, once you have that support, once you're in a good mental space, and once you feel that you're actually supported and like encouragement you get from either me or other traders, you will do so much better, so much better. And I actually shared this in my trading journeys webinar, that having the right people around you can be break or make it or break it, and that's why it's really important to have those right people around you. So anyhow, if you don't have any questions now, that's absolutely fine. You can email me, and I'll do my best to reply. But for now, take care, and I will see you in the next session. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.